Rules Policy and Industrial Relations Committee for today's date, which is April 24, 2025. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Thank you. Good morning again. Starting with Director Devlin.
Here.
Hardiman.
Here.
Garbarino.
Here.
Hill. Carr.
Present.
Thier. Absent. Vice Chair Moulton Peters is absent. Chair Hernandez.
Here.
President Cochran.
Here.
All right. You have a quorum. You are also a committee of the whole. Also in the room, we have Directors Judah Che, Maston, Rodone, and Snyder.
Thank you very much. Colleagues, today we have one item on the agenda. It is to authorize the setting of a public hearing to receive public comment relative to Assembly Bill 2561 regarding the status of job vacancies. And we have Kelly out here to help us understand that item. Thank you very much.
Good morning. Thank you. I'll get started, and then Dennis might have a couple comments to make. I'm not putting you on the spot, but he has some comments to make on this as well. We're actually looking for this committee to recommend approval of the setting a public hearing next month's board cycle, next Friday after the board meeting, May the 23rd. And this is relative to the new law, Assembly Bill 2561, which was enacted in January. And essentially what that bill says is that public agencies are required to hold a public hearing annually before the adoption of the annual report, of that agency's annual report, to provide information about job vacancies within the organization. In that hearing, also bargaining units are given the opportunity to make presentations to the board relative to that issue. So there are a few things that are specifically spelled out in the law, and I'll just talk a little bit about it. We'll be bringing this forward next month in the hearing. One is we'll provide you with an overview of vacancies. We've already started that work, and we're breaking it down by bargaining unit as required by the law. We will then explain some of the reasons or efforts that we're doing to deal with certain vacancies in the organization. Bargaining units will also have the opportunity to make a presentation, as I mentioned, about these various vacancies. I will say our initial look is that we have one bargaining unit that might exceed that 20%. So if there's a bargaining unit that has more than 20%, we have to do a little bit more work. We have to explain to you the number of jobs in that classification, how many are filled, what efforts we're making, what is the compensation, things like that. And so the bargaining unit can also make some sort of presentation, but we will provide all that information to you next month. Hanson Bridget will be reaching out to all of the bargaining units if the board approves this tomorrow and making them aware of this public hearing and with the offer that they can make a presentation at that time. The district does have vacancies, like I mentioned, and there's reasons why we have vacancies that exceed 20% in a particular bargaining unit, but we'll explain that. A lot of that's pandemic driven and the desire of the organization to structure operations in a way that meets demand and also accounts for the fiscal constraints and prudence of the organization. So we'll make that available. Again, there's several ways that people can comment on this. They can attend a public hearing, they can email, they can send written comments to the district secretary's office, and those will need to be provided no later than 4:30 the day of the public hearing, which is May the 23rd. And I'm available to answer any questions unless Dennis wants to ask.
I'd just add that I think everyone was kind of caught off guard by this law. People weren't paying attention to it, and all of a sudden it passed. And so we need to comply with the law, and it gives all our unions an opportunity. So we'll be reaching out after tomorrow through Hanson Bridget to let them know that, hey, we're going to have this public hearing, and if you want to present, please come. We do have a lot of vacancies intentionally. I think we're different than some of the organizations that may have inspired this legislation. Some organizations are struggling to fill vacancies. Our largest group of vacancies we're intentionally keeping vacant, and that's bus operators. We could get rid of all those positions as part of the next budget, but we're holding out hope that someday more customers come back, and so we're keeping those positions vacant with the understanding from the board that if customers come back, we'll add service and hire. We are hiring all the time, but we're not hiring much because we don't want to run empty buses. Your current fiscal year is operating at a deficit. We're spending one-time COVID relief money. That money doesn't last forever, so we've been very prudent about only putting transit service out there to meet customer demand. So we've shrunk a lot. Today we employ 40% fewer bus operators than we did before the pandemic through attrition. We've laid nobody off, and that Every dollar we spend on bus or ferry service is one less dollar available to maintain and protect the bridge. And so the bridge comes first by your adopted mission statement, and then to the extent funds are left over, we operate bus and ferry service, and we are operating service at a deficit currently. That's why we focus on Jennifer's report every month about, bus ridership and, ferry ridership's up 14%. That's great. Tolls are only up, traffic's only up 1%. But we compete against ourselves, and the hearing should be great because it's a chance for all the unions that are interested to participate and talk about how we conduct ourselves.
Thank you, Kelly and Dennis. Colleagues, any questions or comments on this item? Okay, seeing none. Appreciate the process. Thank you very much to staff, Kelly, you and your team. We have many bargaining units, and it's important that everybody have an opportunity to weigh in. So appreciate your efforts to get everybody together and have them have an opportunity, offer them the opportunity to participate in this important discussion. Madam Secretary, is there any public comment on this item?
We have no public comment on this item.
Thank you very much. Colleagues, I'll take a motion on this item. Thank you.
Second.
The item's been moved and there is a second. Let's have a voice vote, please. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Is there anyone opposed? Seeing none, this item carries. Thank you very much. Madam Secretary, is there any other comment related to anything not on the agenda today?
We have no speakers in the room, but I want to give an opportunity to those on the phone to just chime in if they have public comment. Justine, do you have any public commenters on your line?
We have no public commenters this morning. Thank you.
Just confirm that.
Thank you very much to you both. That concludes the business of the committee today. May I have a motion to adjourn, please?
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Is anyone opposed to adjourning? I always ask that. Probably not need to.
Board meeting.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All those in favor of adjourning, please say
Aye.
Thank you very much. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you so much.